to the weekly episode of the Premium Advantage. Maybe helps you save time and money. In our last episode from 2023, our co-host, Mr. Jacinto, thank you for joining us today. Today, December 29th, 2023, getting ready for the new year. If you're interested in getting your tax prep estimate, we're ready to go. Go to thepremiumadvantage.com, set up your appointment, we'll give you a complimentary estimate. Now, some discussion topics for 2024, okay? Some that have been in the development for quite some time.
Yep.
But today, we're actually bringing it forward so that we can include them through the discussion for some additional solutions into the market. Topic number 1, world peace. We are looking to increase the discussion on how does this get accomplished, okay? But we're not going to just increase the discussion. We're going to try to include incentives for the markets. Right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, if there's no incentives, why is the market gonna react to world peace?
What's in it for me?
That's right. What can be done? With the new year comes new opportunities, all right, to reflect what's happening, all right? Showing the notes so that you can stay on track with regards to the topics. We don't want to go on a tangent today. It's the last episode of the year. I want to make sure I know. 2023, baby, it's over.
I guess.
Like a flash. Wanted to be sure that we include the topics, not get lost in tangent lines and things of that nature. We wanted to keep it streamlined, all right?
Very much.
So incentives for the market.
For world peace.
For world peace and other things, all right? Summarize some concepts that we've discussed and elaborated through the couple of years that we've been running, all right? So we're gonna talk about a couple of the topics that we've used, because we're not just gonna introduce the discussion of world peace. We're going to also introduce incentives for world peace.
Let's solve it right now.
And we're going to add some tools. Tools. Because solving it is going to take a team effort.
Sure.
I would say.
So can't just be nice to each
Not to say
other.
that it's simple. I mean, it's complicated.
Yeah, it is.
So right now we're going to go through some information.
It is.
It's not the totality of information. It's just what we've learned for now, and then we just want to include this in part of the discussion topic.
Yeah.
All right? World peace, baby.
Yeah.
All right? Some things that are coming also for next year. We already started the monthly raffle. Monthly raffle available. Okay, at thepremiumadvantage.com. Go check that out. And some bonus contents coming up. Some bonus content. We're going to have some discussions about a lot of topics that are up in the air with regards to information. And yeah. we got grab. All right. So, incentive number 1, to lower taxes for world peace. World peace and peace situations typically lower taxes. It's a lower tax situation.
How does that happen?
Well, it happens, as you can see in the notes. If you can't see in the notes, they'll be available. Is that less resources are spent and used during these conflictive little situations. I don't want to call them little. I'm just saying that these situations enhance the cost because they're conflicting, and you have to add, the resources that could be assigned to something else or lowered, or because nothing else was assigned. But they now have to be the resources. And when I mean resources, this particular nature, money, taxes, the governments that are at war, use those funds for the war, and instead of anything else, or no cost.
And it's human nature to stress about things. It's human nature to deal with things in a stressful manner. That's just how humans are. Even little kids will find ways to kind of have conflicts, right? So it's just in our innate DNA. So let's just minimize other things that we can control, like taxes, right?
I'm just saying, it's a cost. People don't like it. Who likes to pay taxes? To some degree. I mean, if that's what's needed for and that's what it is, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
And taxes is what they say?
That's what they say. I didn't say it. All right.
They.
Peace also saves time, is the impression, is the nature of what we're looking for. Save time and money, okay? Peaceful, because you're not spending time with the non-peaceful situations, and so this is the nature of the communication. Is peaceful situations are typically saving you time because you're not having to spend time solving the problems of the non-peaceful situations, but you can spend that time more productively doing something that you like, that you enjoy, instead of the conflictive situation. I'm just saying.
Peace and love, baby.
Notes
Make love,
we're trying.
not war, as we do.
Now keep in mind, discussions are available with regards to this. Throw in your description or your thoughts in the line. More solutions would be great to try to, I guess, at some point we have to support this, the information so that everybody can be informed. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. Let's try to be nicer to each other. Is that the only way to solve world peace?
Polite. You have to be sympathetic. There's a bunch of situations.
Let's not road rage anymore.
I mean,
you know.
It's not just that. There's a lot of complications with regards to rights and things of that nature. With people, there are some people that are actively not wanting peace. So we have to be thoughtful about that. I'm just saying.
Why would you think that they would not want peace? Is it?
I'm just thinking.
Financial gains? They're trying to figure out ways.
It's complicated. I would say there's way more than financial situations at play here. I'm just saying. This is some conversations we're just discussing.
Yeah.
No solutions at play. Just talking.
Let's bring it.
Cool. Also, lower stress. Peace should lower stress. I'm just thinking that. But some folks may be under the impression that non-peaceful also lowers stress somehow, or is stressful but in a stressful way that is just maybe out of control whenever it's not peace. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's throwing things out about how come people do like a particular level of excitement and adrenaline, and I'm just saying, typically peaceful times lowers stress, and you hear that people are stressed and it's like this,
Also, that affects the birth rate.
Does it?
Which absolutely. The birth rate right now is on its way down. And these numbers are, I don't know where they get these numbers from. It's not like a Nielsen rating with TV or anything like that, but the numbers are down. They're even having government-sponsored parties where they give you alcohol and condoms.
Okay.
Or excuse me, not condoms. Alcohol and sexual toys and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
because they're trying to increase the birth rate. This is like in places in Japan and China.
Oh.
But now, not here. That'd be awesome. Although we should sponsor that type of party.
I don't know. This is intriguing. I'm getting informed. I don't even know if this is accurate. Please.
If she's gonna be there, I'm gonna go. No, but the birth rate in the United States has been on a decline. Okay. And there's always factors with that. I mean, they've done the studies on these things. It's during wars, certain things happen. After wars, that's where the whole baby boomer thing came from. Right after World War II, the troops came home. And they were randy. They were ready to go. And the ladies haven't seen their men in a long time, so they were just like, I need that. And then it happened. We got the baby boomers. So this is I think that this is a tipping point in the world right now, where with the economy, the financial, everything going down in a World War II.
I don't want to say it's going down. Well, that's what we're communicating. To say, hey, can we understand that there's a situation that folks are discussing everywhere. There's complications all over the place. Solutions are what folks are looking for. It's not complaints and things everybody. Yes, let's look for the solutions. It's just something that typically will lower taxes. Go through the whole situation with regards to peace and things like that, instead of arguing. Let's find some solutions.
And it's a special time right now because this has never happened in the history of the world. We don't have anything else to look back and use as a reference, because this is the first time in the history of the world where we have technology where it is, plus finances, plus the war situation or not happening.
Situations.
So this is something that we don't have any experience with. So we're all dealing with this for the first time, and so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So some new context. So we're going to elaborate on the topics that we mentioned. Okay. So we mentioned tools. And things of that nature. So some concepts that we kind of discussed throughout a couple of years that we've been doing is the concept of infinite markets. Okay, we're gonna be putting out a news article or something like this, or a blog, or I don't know, just my experience with this understanding, I guess, of the infinite markets theory that's bubbling.
Yes.
All right. So in essence, this is a theory that states that the markets will probably more likely never be complete. Okay, there's a term called a complete market, which is a market that is satisfied. There's nobody asking anything from it. Maybe you can call it maybe a balanced market. It's hard to say. However,
have we ever had one of those?
Improbable that we've ever had one of those. From the moment that there were trades involved with regards to humanity and things of that nature. I believe that the moment that that initial trade, I guess, was done, markets were generated and a value of the exchange got moved from one to the other, and now we have all these tools, and we have infinite markets that we can tap into and kind of discuss and understand and use it potentially, hopefully, for peace.
Now you're talking about stock markets, which markets in general?
Every market.
Yeah.
every market. There is an infinite situations for markets, for trading, for human wants and things of that nature. One thing can be remarketed in different ways at different times in different sections. So it's infinite markets that we're dealing with. And so with that understanding, with that thought process, hopefully we can use it for peace.
Yes, no, definitely. That's ideal.
I mean, it's confusing. It's a lot. It's like market infinite. Some folks are gonna go, that's not true. You can count them and things of that nature. But
But that's why you focus on your particular niche or your particular, strength when it comes to those. And
that's an interesting thought, because what the thing is, you have to find out if your niche is actually valuable in the market. And so the cool thing about this infinite market theory is that you could shift your niche in different ways.
Shift your niche. It sounds bad.
And retain its value depending on how you apply. And so this is something that folks have to discuss and kind of think about a little bit more. I'm not sure how many folks think about it like this, but I think it's reasonably valuable.
You need to step outside your box. And that's the other thing too. Don't be stuck on just your strengths. Let's improve on your weaknesses, It's like fitness. If you're going to be working on one particular exercise and you suck at it, but you keep working on it, you progress.
And so with that infinite markets theory attached comes the second one, which is infinite money.
Ooh.
We did an episode a little over a year ago, and so we discussed money and the nature of it, and we're like, we kind of figured that money is infinite. Like, it's been a bunch of stuff, it's gonna continue being stuff so long as there's trading. So infinite money, infinite markets. How do we use this, understanding these tools, hopefully for peace, right? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What is happening? There's a book called The Economic Organization of a POW Camp. I'm not sure if you've read it or have not read it.
No, have you read it?
I have not read it. Can't lie. I was referenced to me.
You can lie.
As I was discussing my theory to other folks, this was the book that was referred. It's like, hey, keep in mind this situation with regards to money. While it may be infinite, potentially, there is a potential preference for the market to find that money is better, more valuable when it's like standardized, when it's like a unit of money.
Yes.
Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
And so this is the nature of that book. It goes through the description of what some POW folks are going, and the things that they had and what they ended up using collectively in there as money. Okay, so
in the POW camp?
Yeah, it wasn't money. It was just something that was used primarily. And the reason why
it created value because you're in the POW camp. It's like cigarettes in prison.
It was exactly cigarettes, which was the situation that was.
Oh, it was?
That's in the book.
No way, I guessed that. Wow, I don't need to read the book now. Yay!
The premium advantage saves you time and money.
No, but that does sound super interesting. I would like to check out that book. They should turn that into a movie too. That sounds super interesting because I've always wondered we've seen so many POW camp movies, but I've never seen one where they like get into how it actually is in there. That would be an interesting dynamic.
For sure. I mean, the more we understand, we can understand more and hopefully come up with more solutions.
No, because when you get down to the fundamental of being a human, that's what you start to see, right? When you're in a situation where everybody has no money, no food, no nothing, something becomes valuable. In that case, it was cigarettes. In other camps, it would be whatever. We put these values as humans. Yeah. We're a very special mammal on this planet. We're the only mammal that does these things and stresses about things and creates value in things. All the other mammals don't care. The closest one, I think, would be dolphins because they have sex. But even they don't care. They just have sex with random partners. So that's a whole different story altogether.
It's complicated. It's definitely, I would say. All of this. Right now, we're introducing what we wanted to keep in the topic lines because we're bringing professionals and things of that nature to elaborate on the concept, give us their perception, their perspectives, and go from there with regards to the solutions.
Next year, we're going to have a lot more professionals on here. We're excited.
Cool, I like it. So for example, some things that we discussed in 2023 was homelessness and the connections with some items and increased homelessness. It's challenging to say whether complete homelessness, like obliteration, would ever happen because potentially some folks want to live like this, right?
Right.
But there is some connection with regards to increased homelessness on mental conditions such as autism. So folks, a proportion of folks with autism end up homeless, all right, that's one thing. Education's another factor with regards to, well, it's understandable, education, how money works, how the markets work, what's needed for things to go in your way. It's kind of a understanding. There's a slight musical component in this.
Oh.
Yeah, music is energy, it does something, and so I can't say exactly what it does, but there is a music.
Vibrations, man.
Yep, and so keep that in mind with regards to, as we're doing the investigation and doing the discussions, there is a musical component that is positive or negative, depending on how but there is a component there that creates a variable.
It's all about frequencies at the end of the day. If you ever watch a little kid dance when they hear certain music, they don't know what they're listening to. It's just frequencies.
Sure.
And it goes deeper into the molecular.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, we are 88% water, 90% water? I think it's like 86, something like that.
5.2.
Something like that. And so what happens when you hit water with vibrations, right? It moves, it starts to move. And this is what we are, I think. It's fascinating, man.
It is. And so there's so much information. That's what we're trying to go through, and especially as we go through this new year, so that hopefully we'll be on the upper side of things, if that makes sense.
On the up and up.
On the upper things.
I'm with that.
All right, cool.
The
And then
upper room.
also drug and addiction component with regards to homelessness and things of that nature. And then also big events in cities, such as sporting events and things of that nature, big tournaments and things of that nature. There's an effect also with regards to. Just keep that in mind. There's a little list.
We have the World Cup coming up.
There's also a soccer situation coming up next year. So two soccer situations. So I'm
What's
actually
the other soccer situation?
Yeah, Copa Americas next year.
Oh, that's gonna have some here?
Yep, in the U.S. in Houston. It's gonna be in June and
So
July.
remember that when it happened in Dubai, that was a big deal. A lot of people died in the building of that stadium, and now it's not used at all anymore. Yeah, so it's a big deal. And the United States having the World Cup here, I'm really interested to see how they're going to handle.
Wonderful thought.
Because the majority of the homeless people are usually around stadiums, because there's like really great places to sleep near the stadiums. So with the governor of California just recently cleaned up a part of San Francisco so that the prime minister of China, I forgot his name, Jinping or something like that, he came to visit. He cleaned up San Francisco in 1 week.
Wow.
Something that they've been dying for years. And so it's like, okay, if you can do this, you have the power to do it, why not do it? And he doubled down on it. He's like, yeah, the guy is coming, so we clean the city up. It's like, wow. But this is what cities are creating and trying to create when it comes to their economic just welfare, when it comes to big sporting events. The World Cup is a humongous one because we're going to get people from all over the world coming here for that one. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with our homeless folks, and also just how that's going to affect the economy.
Okay, exactly. So here we go, writing notes, going through the information, sharing it so to get some feedback potentially. That would be great. All right.
Yes.
And then another concept that was not a concept, more like a strategy, I could say, was the happiness list concept. I know, right? Happiness list sounds so simple.
Happy.
It was kind of simple as we did an episode called the happiness list. Go check it out. Yep, with some super smart folks at the Ion, and we had a 360 discussion where you can see everybody in the room, and there was some discussion, and the happiness list came up with regards to, like, if you're feeling sad or upset or down. It's a way to itemize, or kind of, line by item, say what's making me upset. What is creating this upsetness? Either personally and professionally, maybe segment them, and then start seeing what solutions can be made to get that list minimized and things of that nature. It helps you visualize it. I went through the exercise. It helped tremendously, just saying.
It seems kind of cliche, and it seems kind of like something that people always say, write down your thoughts, write down
it helps.
Your goals, but it really does. And you hear some of the smartest, most successful people in the world talk about that. They just really break these things down and manifest it. I hear that all the time now in all these inspirational videos and quotes. Manifest what you're thinking, right? So manifest it this year. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Okay. And then bonus topic for 2024. The pyramids. Wow.
Oh,
what?
Man. This is
infinite
deep,
market, infinite theories. We're going to dig down a little bit into
no pun
the
intended.
mystery. I mean, yeah.
We literally dig in.
So we are interested. We're going to throw out the discussion out there. We're looking for some world peace conversations, some discussions about the economy, the markets, the infinite markets, money solutions for all this stuff. And then, if we could, in the 52 episodes, because we're going to do one episode per week, try to have some better understandings of this mystery, so we can essentially let that be a solution that's already been through. Yeah, there you go. And hopefully that will lower taxes.
Hopefully we won't get abducted by aliens either, because
Well, I mean,
we're gonna
we'll
get
see.
deep into
We'll
this whole
see.
pyramid
Oh
thing.
man, we'll
Because
see.
I've been doing a lot of research on this one, not on purpose. It just kind of comes on my TV. It's
Yeah.
like they know what I want.
Yeah.
But it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Like we have new discoveries when it comes to the pyramids,
Yeah.
and also the Mayan pyramids. They have a new discovery, so
Oh.
I'm excited to break that down. I'm
That's
gonna go down to
awesome.
Mexico and check it out myself.
That would be amazing. That would be cool. Get some inside information there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, and now, some current updates with regards to Houston. Houston, something that we always want to go through because we're in Houston. So, the Greyhound bus station that was in downtown is now in the East End around Navigation. I'm not exactly even sure. I found out yesterday, and it's already been at it for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And so this is definitely going to create a shift with regards to the traffic. That's actually an up and coming area. So I'm intrigued to see how that shift kind of develops the area, because it's it's moving. So there's definitely something that if you did not know, now it's good to know that there's a bus station that is going to be bringing traffic close to this area.
No, it's going to be a very weird situation, because anybody who's Houstonian knows that driving around the Greyhound bus station, you see some really interesting things, some really interesting characters.
Yeah.
And so now those interesting characters might be passing through the East Town. And like you said it perfectly. It's an up and coming area. So it's strange that Midtown, where the Greyhound bus station is now, is also an up-and-coming area, and so they decided to relocate this particular interesting character situation to the east side.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how that's going to affect the economy, how the growth, even the real estate market in that area, because the real estate market, I know specifically, that's where I grew up, the East End. So I know specifically, I've seen the way that the market,
it's gonna get hot.
it's been insane.
It's gonna be check it out.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, how we're gonna, and this goes back to what we were just talking about with the homeless situation, because there are a lot of homeless folks near the Greyhound bus station, or people who come from other cities who are homeless or are going through a situation and they just stay there in that area. Crime rates are affected by this, so it's gonna be huge. We know a couple business owners in that area, so it's gonna
you know
be
what? It'd be interesting to actually make it a point to actually kind of walk through those areas. You know what I'm saying? Make some introductions. That way we can, whatever situations comes up, there's solutions already potentially with supported information that some folks may not have. So that's interesting actually.
We should do a live episode down there.
That's very intriguing.
Because
I like that
and to see how it is, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Because I know that when the Greyhound bus station, where it used to be, it feels weird to say this, but it used to be downtown. When it first opened, however many years ago, I feel like it's been there my whole life. I can't even remember. I have to look this up to see when it officially opened. But when it initially opened, I'm sure it was beautiful. I'm sure it was immaculate. I'm sure it was awesome. And now it's just become this interesting. I don't want to use any other words than interesting. So I'm sure this new one in the East End, I haven't been there yet. We're going to go check it out. We'll do an episode there. It's going to be beautiful, immaculate, and set up because it's brand new. But let's see what happens 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now.
And then also the weather. Some interesting things, unbelievable things that happen in California. So give us some summary. I think the viewer in mind.
Huge. Yeah, so apparently there was a storm in the Pacific Ocean that caused a mini tsunami. I say mini, but it was significant enough for a huge wave to crash in Ventura. I have a lot of family. Shout out to my primo out there in Ventura, California, which is just north of LA. And it basically looked like one of those tsunami movies where the wave came through, knocked over, moved cars. I think a couple people died. A lot of people got injured. So in Ventura, also in Santa Cruz. These are all places where I have family, by the way. Shout out to my other primos in Santa Cruz. So the world is changing, we are changing, and specifically Mother Earth is angry at us. So things have been changing in the climate. So let's all be smart. Never, ever, and I used to say this when I lived in California, and people did not believe me, never turn your back on the ocean. Ever. There's rip currents, there's so many jellyfish, there's The waves, like I said, could come crash and knock you down, and if you're not prepared, this is how you break a hip, you know? So everybody, let's be extra careful. We always say, hey, go, be careful, drive safe. Like we say that, but do we ever really do it? No. So let's be extra vigilant. Let's walk with our heads on a swivel like an NFL linebacker, because you never know what's gonna happen, specifically on vacation. You do not wanna get injured or hurt on vacation, because that's the worst time. Right? Not only, I mean, let's say you're in a foreign country and the hospital situation there. Well, Lord, how that's going to be.
Right.
So when you're in a foreign country, when you're at the beach, where you just, let's all be extra careful, let's extra wary, and also, I mean, let's start trying to be careful with Mother Earth. Let's take care of her, because it's the only one we got.
That's right. That's right. All right, cool. So, some episodes coming up in the year. We already have Miss Lisa Luera. She is Lisa Luera. She is a health and fitness professional. She's gonna be our guest, hopefully, if everything goes well, on January 12th. All right. We also have Mr. Vikesh Patel scheduled towards the end of the month. He is a business and intellectual property attorney, and Mr. Ibrahim Nouagi, B2B alliance builder and transportation and logistics matter expert. That's his LinkedIn page. I met him at a networking event. He was very interesting, so we scheduled it up for January. With regards to my notes, I went through the whole information of the things that we're gonna go in 2024. What else did you have when you're gonna throw out there with regards to the things?
I just want to give an extra shout out.
No, I didn't. We forgot.
What else?
The clothing lines. Oh my goodness, the clothing lines.
New clothing line. Hot fire.
How did I forget this right there? Benjamin Franklin clothing lines coming up. The Eagle clothing line. What's more badass than an eagle? That's right. The clothing line is coming up.
That's my eagle impression.
Some hats into gear. Please show them up. Right. Look what's coming. And then brand new clothing concept next year. Coming up, scheduled releases spring, brand new clothing concept that is typically, you're not going to find it anywhere else. Hopefully that's the goal with regards to this new clothing. Some solutions with regards to clothing. Maybe lower the cost. Maybe lower the taxes with clothing line.
Yeah, man.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, check out the new clothing line, superfunkyfresh.com. And also, we're going to have that on the Shishi Media as well.
Yeah, shishimedia.com. That's where the clothing line is going to be showed up.
Shishi is Xie. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. If there's any Asian folks out there, tell me if I'm saying that right in the descriptions, in the comments.
And the monthly raffle, I forgot to also mention earlier, just go to the bottom, go to the premiumadvantage.com, go to the bottom of the memberships tab. There is one tab there that says raffle entry. Click that, complete that little option, and you will be in the raffle entry for a YouTube episode for your business, a photo shoot from the quarterly for the new concept clothing that is coming up, some event tickets that we have available also throughout the year, and or a $100 gift card. All right, cool. There you go. Now I got to the list.
Awesome. I just want to give shout outs to all of our guests for the year. So this year we started with Shelby Morgan. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Shelby. We
had all the, let's see, we did it at Bonchon. Thank you, Jaime, for making that happen.
Awesome, Jaime.
Fat Tony, shout out to Fat Tony for making that happen for us. Dr. Megan, what is her last name? Megan Dickerson. Thank you for being a guest.
Queen, beauty queen at a time.
Yes, the beauty queen, exactly. And then we had, that was that one.
Episode in Espanol with the Ecuadorian Association.
Then we had Stephanie. I forgot her last name right now.
Castro, I believe.
Castro, thank you. With the pet owner, where you can have, if anybody needs pet sitting, she takes care of them, like literally takes care of them. Shout out to the ladies. What was the name of that salon?
The skin salon?
Yeah, the skin salon.
Don't recall the name of the salon, but the episode is there. It was last December, 1 year ago exactly.
Yes. Let's see who else we got.
Matt the barber. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
That.
Appreciate you.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan Thauburn.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you for coming out. Ryan was on our last comedy show. Look out for that, by the way.
Yeah,
the Brunch Comedy Show is going to be airing very soon. We're really excited. It's being edited right now.
Coming up.
Shout out to Bad Astronaut for hosting us at the second Saturdays. We're going to be there again next year. And also we had our photo shoot there. So shout out to all our camera people, our photographers, our models who came out.
La Parra also, thank you very much.
Where we at? Feria.
Feria Ecuatoriana, Spanish episode.
That was a pure Spanish episode. Remember that one.
Also KB, Kofi Bernie.
Thanks to Kofi.
Shout out to Kofi. Infinite Money. That's the Infinite Money episode right there.
Infinite Money episode.
And crypto intro.
And then we had our dancers.
Yes,
Tanya and
Rhythmic Revolution. Rhythm.
Proyecto Latina. That's what it's
Boom.
called.
There it is. Salsa dancing
Shout out
lessons.
to you guys for going to Mexico City. I forgot about that one.
360. You want to go to Mexico? Check out the episode.
What's the name of our yoga person?
Gloria Lyons. Thank you so much, Gloria. Thanks, Gloria. It was an awesome episode.
And then, the ladies that we had in construction.
Yep, that's right, Guadalupe.
That one was
Vasquez.
so inspiring. Guys, go back
Very.
and check out our episode. As I'm looking through this, I'm just like, we had some amazing
I
guests.
know.
We had some really
I know,
deep conversations.
I'm learning a lot.
This is amazing. And then Gerald over at the Space City Auto. Thank you for hosting us over there.
Amazing.
I'd like to give
Amazing,
another
yeah.
special shout out to my friend Kimmy. If you want to get your hair braided up like that, check it out. Check out Kimmy. She's my friend. She's over at Lifetime Fitness. Thank you for everything that you've done at Lifetime Fitness. Thank you for fitness in general. Let's all get fit. Look out for the blogs, the fitness blogs, hahacinto.com.
See you guys next time. See you guys next year. Have a happy new year.
Happy New Year.